Alright. High Thoughts Part 1. Nate and Karam.
Alright, so, hey, check me out. Opposite universes. Think about it for a sec. You heard back in May, the government found a parallel universe. That bitch was going backwards, according to them. That's what they think. Think about it like this, though. What if we the reverse in time? Niggas always acting like 2020 about to destroy Earth. Maybe that's what it's going to do. Maybe in the other timeline, they've already went through this. They're regressing. The Earth is getting more whole. You gotta understand, maybe they have more advanced technology and know where it's gonna go. So what about us? We're learning as we go to get to destruction. So maybe we're just here like...
Well, if we had a parallel universe, I don't think they would go to the other universe and like study on what happened and how to...
And why do you think there's time traveler conspiracies? Those aren't time travelers. They're coming from the other universe.
Or it could be time travelers too. Could be somebody hella smart in the future, made a time fucking machine, and came back to warn us about shit. And they gave us one of their time machines so we could go into the future and study it, and we could try to learn how to go around it.
Hey, no cap. I'm about to blow minds with this one. So think about it like this. Like they say, every decision makes a new world, right? That makes a different path for your world. What about timelines? Collective decisions from those planets in the universe, in the galaxy. That'll create another one where all those decisions that weren't made will be the made ones, and that will continue as a cycle. You gotta understand, asteroids have tracks, meteorites have tracks. They don't go randomly, there's patterns. You think those patterns just randomly came out of nowhere? You think the meteorites were just star collisions? It can't be. Not all stars develop into baby stars or dwarfs. None of that. Not all stars do that. Maybe they just implode and don't create. They leave in their tracks a powerful explosion, though. That will destroy planets, but you gotta understand that's not gonna make any dwarf planets. Those become asteroids and meteorites. So for the planet for the stars to do that out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? We didn't study them back then, so you gotta understand. How did we know what it was gonna do? How did we know asteroids and meteorites existed? As time went along, we learned new things. Yes, we got new science. We got new scientific motherfucking tools, equipment and shit, you know. So we don't know if all our readings were accurate. We're shooting in the dark. So maybe that's what the alternate universe is studying. How they got to the point to be so advanced. We're trying to figure out how to get ahead. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to get backwards to understand more. Nowadays, people make the fucking joke of kids growing up a little bit more different, their body's more mature and shit. Though, that's true. But you think these motherfuckers came out of nowhere? They came out your daddy's nutsack and into your mama's parts, alright, my nigga? That happened. So, it's a point where you gotta understand the genes in children or in the things we're feeding them are becoming more mutated and addictive to whatever they take. You gotta understand. That doesn't come out of nowhere either. Genes don't splice every 5 million milliseconds. They can't develop new abilities like that. And we're the human body. The genes aren't supposed to do that. So it started from somewhere. Think about that for a sec. There's a lot the government ain't showing us, like that heart attack machine you were talking about.
The heart attack gun, yeah. CIA created it like this 60s. And it shot like basically a baby dart at you that you wouldn't feel or see, and the gun was apparently like some kind of silent gun. You wouldn't hear it or anything. And they'd hit you with it, and they have a timer on your shit. So if they set it for 7 days, 20 minutes, and 13 seconds, once they shoot you, you have 7 days, 20 minutes, and 13 seconds till you die. They say they've banned it and shit, but like, they still know what it is. They still know how to make it. So what if they're doing some fucked up type shit? Because you gotta think, you look back, people used to live a lot longer back in the past. You'd see everything about living, 200 or 300 years. Why are we only living 60? I'm thinking maybe they put that shit up in like somewhere up in space, like on one of the satellites or whatever. and they would target if whenever it rained, it would shoot those down in every raindrop. Therefore, we would never see it, feel it, or suspect it, and yet we're all dying younger. You gotta think, since the past, we've always started dying a whole lot younger of age, you know? None of us really lived to 200-300 years old like they used to back in the day.
I don't know about 200-300, but
They have been cases that have had people 200 and 300 years old still alive and looking, like they're in their fucking 40s. Why are they living so much longer than we were?
I don't know.
I think it's coincidental that we have a heart attack gun, and just so happens that you make a heart attack gun. I'm sure you can make something where you just, they shoot you with it, same type of gun, shoot you with it, and it does some shit where like your body slowly, like, you get cancer.
Alright, see, this is
or some fucked up shit
we're
like
getting
that.
iffy, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the thing to a more solidified topic. Schooling. They say it's advanced, never has, never will. You gotta understand, the will to change the schooling system has to be strong in order for it to even occur. So why do you think we're still sitting in desks, raising hands, taught to work in a factory like manner? No one's allowed to express creativity. You want creativity, you go to art class where they train you how to be creative. Creativity is the ability to differ yourself in your own style. So how can you teach creativity in art? See, nowadays you don't have as many artists going big for what they do because they were taught how to do it. Most of the famous artists never learned from someone how to be creative. They did it in their own fashion. When they did it in their own fashion without being taught, they became greats. Leonardo da Vinci. He did his own style as he grew up. You see it in his work. He changed his style over time as he liked it. He never got taught. Oh, this is the main style you should always be using. There's none else. He learned that on his own. When you take the time to learn skills for yourself, you can truly unlock some great abilities. But you gotta think. Schools don't do that anymore. Everything is trained. Everything. Creativity, your athleticism, how to use it. Like everybody has stereotypes for who looks like what to be doing what. Like those things came over time. Schools in fact push it the most if you think about it. You'll never see a short kid going for basketball tryouts be counted as a prospect. You will always think the taller person. You gotta understand that.
Actually, one of the best basketball players in the world was short as fuck.
Allen Iverson.
He's short. I'm saying there's a lot of great basketball players
Exactly,
who are short as fuck.
but still the idea is if you're tall, you're basketball.
Everybody thinks it's the tall guys that are winning, but 95% of the time, people like Steph
Exactly.
Curry. Steph Curry, he's tall for normal people size, but as basketball-wise, he's pretty damn short.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta
And
understand.
look how he is. How many
Exactly,
fucking
but you gotta
baskets has that
understand.
nigga made?
But you gotta understand that took him training himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Not completely school taught. You never see the kids who only practice in school become great basketball players. It's always the ones who put the extra hours in to master the
That's what I'm
craft
saying.
they want to play. So whenever you're just letting yourself get taught by the school system, you're lowering your potential to be great. Never let it be a school be the reason you're studying something. Do it because you love it, because then you'll be able to practice it outside and become even better all the time. While you're ahead of the game, everyone's trying to figure out how you already knew because you love the thing. That's like saying if you want to, let's say, if you want to do music, you go to the fucking band class, and choir and all that shit to learn how to use your voice and to learn how to play an instrument. You're school taught. If you don't love what you're going into, like you're only doing it for the singing part, the band thing was just because you needed the credit. Like if you're mixing it, you're not focusing on what you love anymore. You're discerning your thoughts to make sure that everything else goes good too. But if you really love something, wouldn't you want to focus on it the most? People always say, I want to do this so bad. Then why not do it? If you really love it as much as you say you do, you would work till you achieve that goal. Am I wrong? People always say I grind like I'm broke. Because those broke people have a goal. They don't want to be broke. You don't see somebody saying, I'm grinding like I'm a rich nigga. They be sitting the fuck back. Ain't nobody grinding. They be chilling because their money working for them. You want to grind like you're broke because that gives you a reason. Everything has to have a reason. So when schooling isn't giving you a reason, it's showing you what the basic, what the most, you know what I'm saying, casual people can be like. You're only taught about other greats in art class, okay? You're only taught about the other greats. You're not taught about those who teach them. Like, they're mentioned that they were their teachers, but not much is mentioned about them otherwise. It took that first great artist to teach this new one, did it not? Exactly. Everyone had their own greatness, but you only hear about these guys because they continued to pursue it. They didn't do anything else besides that. They continued to make sure that they were going to eat regardless. You gotta have that mentality, cause going to school ain't gonna give you no mentality. You're gonna have a goal to get away from the school and become pro. That's always the goal. So why not train like you wanna be? Not go to school, brag that you always go to practice and you never miss the practice. You have practice time that you can do at your house afterwards. Always understand that school is important, but it's not gonna give you the drive for something. You have to try things and find it out and see what you love and chase that. And that's facts, because school ain't never taught you anything you need, man. Like, you can go to college, but that takes thousands of dollars for the government legitimately teaching you life skills.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
And more, and it could be to more than tens of thousands with these higher ups.
Well, I'm saying the basics are about
tens of thousands.
60,000
Yeah.
a semester. Something Ivy League, 120,000.
So, exactly, see?
Semester.
You got to make sure that you're putting in that work so it starts to work for you. Schooling is never going to do that for you. You can focus on school, that's good, but make sure you focus on yourself and finding what you love too. That's facts.
Yeah. Hey, you see what I did? I used to fucking love rapping. I became a fucking, what's it called? A manager and shit like this. Took up rapping part-time. Did shows. I wanted to do it though. School don't teach you shit about rapping. Art class?
Yeah.
The only reason I made it up is because I wanted to do it, so I studied shit. I studied like Tupac and, some of the good people like that were back in the day. The shit you grew up listening to,
Yeah.
Our generation did. Listen to that shit. And I listen, of course, Kevin Gates, shit like that, to try to get a feel of where the music is going.
Yeah.
Where we came from, what people still listen to, where it's going. And the only reason I came out on top with that was because I just did it on my own time and studied it. You gotta have a drive for it. You gotta care about it.
That's why you see people who don't care for the game, they don't make it as far as they want. They always have a goal to get somewhere. Not with a certain thing, but they want to get to a certain point. When they start showing that they don't care about what they're doing that's getting them to that point, that they're gonna fall off. You have to have a legitimate love for the game, regardless of what it is. Or it's not gonna show no love back. Hell, I've always knew I could rap, but I never did nothing with it because I never had the love for it. I was exploring other things, But now when I started making those songs and I was getting that excitement, I was getting that hype, I learned that this is really what I want to do, Now look at me. I haven't even dropped shit. Nigga told me I'm up there with Youngboy. People are really fucking with my music. Put that bitch out. Who knows where it could go? I just gotta have that drive. You have that drive, you're gonna succeed, man. That's facts. Nigga done said that's facts like about 15 times.
And I'm about to end the podcast, or this video. This is already at like 15 minutes almost.
Alright. But before y'all go, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, you never know. You could be here since one gang to a milli. You never know. Shit, you never
worst
know
thing
what's
worse, if we ever get up anywhere on this account, I wouldn't mind chilling with like some random ass people and just go out one day, like meet up somewhere in like a bar.
Yeah.
We all get fucked up and make a YouTube video.
On God.
Or
hey.
we start talking
and then,
shit and have
I,
other
you know what I'm
YouTubers.
saying? I give y'all my notification on where my music on when it's dropped, albums and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And like, he got some shit coming.
Kid Cut on my IG. You wanna fuck with it because I'm gonna blow it? No fat. Yep.
Alright, y'all. Shit, if y'all can, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what y'all think.
Hold up. That was a little too calm. Like, comment, and subscribe,
Well, I'm saying though, like, tell me what y'all think about this shit, or tell us what our next video should be about. Give us shit like some kind of alien or one very specific thing. Just give us something.
Alright, put that in the comments below. And for the ending message, I gotta do it too. Go to school, but it's always fuck school. Remember that, kids.
Alright, y'all.